Learning Plan 3, Part 3, Take 2. Yeah, sometimes these recordings don't go as smoothly as I hope. Intentional torts. Intentional torts are things that a person did on purpose. Could be assault and battery. And what's the difference between assault and battery? Assault is saying, I'm going to punch you. Battery is punching you. So assault and battery, two different things. Causing emotional distress. Defamation of character. And there's two types of defamation of character. It could be libel or slander. Libel is written, slander is verbal. Discrimination, false imprisonment. How do nurses falsely imprison? They use restraints without orders. Sexual harassment, breach of confidentiality, invasion of privacy. These are the intentional torts that nurses are more commonly doing. Now, there are also criminal acts that nurses can be accused of. Theft, stealing patient, facility, or other employee property. Practice violations, acting outside your scope of practice is actually a criminal offense. In violation of the Food and Drug Act, diverting medications, administering medications incorrectly, those are all criminal acts, and they could also lead to a civil suit also. So risk management is the department that monitors problems. When there's a mistake, an error, you fill out an incident report, and they keep track of that. And that's important because if they need to know what's going on. And if they start seeing the same mistake happening over and over, they know it's not just one nurse. It's the system problem. If it's just one nurse making the mistake, it's just that one nurse. So the risk management department is very important. Sounds kind of scary, but it really is a very important unit of the hospital. Now, what if something happens? Well, help the person right away. Do what you can. Apologize. Now, don't say, I'm sorry I did this to you. No, that's admitting guilt. But say, I'm very sorry this happened. Let me help you. Get your manager. Get some supervisory people with you. Document everything. And don't make promises that you can't keep. Don't say, this hospitalization will be free. You could by saying that, obligate the hospital to making it free, and that will get you in a little bit of trouble. Malpractice insurance, again, it's about $50 a year. It's rarely used. Facilities have malpractice insurance that covers the nurses, but it only covers the nurse while they work for them. When the nurse leaves, they're no longer covered. So when you go to work for somebody, you should find out, who provides the facility insurance, what does it cover, will it cover them if they're required to appear before the State Board of Nursing, what's the limit of coverage, and I'll be honest, I've never asked any of those questions in my life. I'm just saying. So let's say you are going to court, and after you mumble some unpleasant thoughts under your breath, what are you going to do? Well, first off, realize that most cases never see the courtroom. And that's what the lawyers count on. They don't want to go to court and spend their whole day there. They want to get this resolved early, faster, cheaper. But if you do get a subpoena, you are required to appear. Dress like it's an interview. Act like it's an interview. Show up on time, ready to go, alert. When you get asked a question, answer only what you did, heard, and said. Do not make an opinion. Do not interpret. What did you do, hear, and say? And see. Don't be afraid to take your time when you're asked a question. If you don't know what the question means, ask for an explanation. Some words to avoid. Always, never, maybe, I think, possibly. Those are all going to get you in trouble. And only answer the question that you were asked. Do not wander off and give more information. Answer the question. That's it. Giving more information only opens everything up to more questions. There are many legal issues that affect nurses. payment issues like third-party reimbursement, improper billing codes, undocumented treatments, improper billing for medical services. And then there's healthcare delivery issues like telephone triage and telehealth. That's getting to be a big deal. People are diagnosing and treating, nurses are diagnosing and treating over the phone, never seeing the patient. Rapid discharge to lower level care providers. Those are all things that impact nurses. And then, of course, the big things: abortion, fetal rights, human experimentation and cloning, and stem cell research, and client rights, and the right to die, assisted suicide, and mandatory organ harvest. Those are all questions that have legal and ethical implications. And that's the end of this learning plan.